Welcome to our session on inquiry-based learning. Today, we'll be exploring Chapter 3, Inquiry-Based Learning. I'm excited to discuss how we can use questioning to enhance learning in our classrooms. In this session, we'll explore how the ability to ask questions can accelerate learning, ignite new ideas and solutions, foster innovative thinking, and arouse curiosity in our students. Neil Postman once remarked, "All the knowledge we have is a result of our asking questions." Indeed, question asking is the most significant intellectual tool human beings have. Surprisingly, this crucial skill isn't explicitly taught in schools, despite its paramount importance. A fundamental aspect of enhancing questioning skills lies in understanding the distinction between open-ended and close-ended questions. Close-ended questions yield brief, often one-word answers, like yes or no. Examples include, "How much did the building supplies cost?" or "Where did you purchase the tires?" Open-ended questions, on the other hand, provoke deeper reflection and conversation, demanding more thoughtful responses. For instance, "What did you learn from that story?" or "How can we complete this project?" Both types of questions serve distinct purposes. While close-ended questions swiftly gather factual information, open-ended ones foster dialogue and critical thinking. Developing the ability to ask thought-provoking questions is a skill that requires consistent practice. Here's a suggested approach. Delve into the subject matter to formulate higher-order questions, such as why, what, how, and what if. Engage learners by initiating a brainstorming session to generate questions collectively. Collaboratively refine and enhance the questions to extract more insightful information. Prioritize the questions based on their relevance and potential to yield valuable insights. Finally, allocate time for reflection and analysis to consolidate learning. Let's look at an example. Selecting the topic of Nelson Mandela initiates a comprehensive exploration of his life. Learners brainstorm questions probing various aspects, refining them collectively. Questions are evaluated and refined to ensure they elicit meaningful insights. Through reflection and discussion, learners deepen their understanding of Mandela's life, recording key takeaways in their notebooks. Inquiry-based learning fosters creativity, critical thinking, and student engagement. By encouraging questioning, learners take ownership of their learning journey, evolving into confident problem solvers and innovators. To promote questioning, foster an environment where learners feel safe to ask questions without fear of judgment. Provide clarity by paraphrasing and clarifying questions to ensure mutual understanding. Embrace silence as it encourages deeper reflection and fosters better questions. Arrange seating conducive to dialogue, such as in a circle or semicircle. Here are some activities to encourage questioning. The 20 questions game encourages critical thinking and deductive reasoning. Utilize the chalkboard question technique to stimulate thinking before the lesson begins. Implement the hiding questions activity to promote engagement and active learning. End each day with reflective questions to consolidate learning and encourage introspection. Using the question and answer technique, teachers can turn information into a question and answer format. The brain is made to search for answers. If teachers create questions similar to the way students will be tested, the student's brain will seek the answers. Flashcards are effective for storing information in small, manageable bits. Focus on one topic at a time and divide the cards into groups to aid memorization. To make flashcards, fold a piece of paper in half. On one side, write the question, and on the other side, repeat the question and include the answer. Separate the cards into two piles, don't know and do know. Students should not study the don't know cards. Studying the do know cards releases positive brain chemicals, increasing learning efficiency. Students will learn faster by studying the do know cards and gradually adding to them from the don't know cards. Inquiry questions teach learners to observe. What do you see, hear, or feel? How do you think that happened? Make predictions. What do you think will happen if? Analyze. How are these similar? How are they different? Solve a problem. What could you do to? Reason. What would happen if? Consider consequences. What if? Evaluate. Why did you decide? Assess. How did that decision cause conflict? Higher-level thinking questions include: how does this apply to? What are the differences between? What do you already know? How would you define? What would happen if? What is your opinion about? What are the causes of? What does this concept mean to you? What is the importance of? What is more important? Why? What questions do you have? Why is this true? Do you agree? Why or why not? How could you improve that? How did you solve this problem? How can you explain this result? Let's explore some activities to encourage questioning. The 20 questions game. Think of something related to the lesson and have students ask up to 20 questions to figure it out. Chalkboard question. Write a question on the board before class begins. Question focus. Ask learners to write one question about the topic, then discuss. Hiding questions. Hide questions around the classroom and have students find and answer them. Take-home questions. Give students questions to ponder or research before a lesson. Anonymous question box. Students can submit questions anonymously for class discussion. End of the day questions. Pick a question at the end of each day for students to ponder and reflect on. Here are some teacher assessment questions to help reflect on your teaching practice. What are some things you accomplished today? What is something you tried in your classroom today for the first time? What was the outcome? What was something you found particularly frustrating today? What caused you the most stress today? When did you feel most fulfilled today in your teaching? What do you hope your learners remember most about you as a teacher? What was the most valuable thing you learned today? What was the biggest mistake you made today? How can you avoid making the same mistake? What is something you did today that went better than you expected? In what ways did you change the lives of your students today? How could you encourage more questions in your lesson? How can you instill curiosity and the habit of questioning? Remember, inquiry begins with questions, serving as the gateway to knowledge acquisition and application. Cultivate curiosity to foster a love for learning and exploration. Mastery of questioning empowers learners to innovate and adapt in an ever-changing world. Encourage reflection to deepen understanding and retention of knowledge. Thank you for your attention. Please take a moment to pause the slide and discuss the following questions with your colleagues. How can you implement the strategies discussed in your classroom? What challenges do you foresee, and how might you overcome them? Which ideas resonated most with you, and why? Additionally, if you have other questions, take the initiative to research and find the answers. Your discussions and inquiries will help us deepen our understanding and prepare for practical application.